brother. And it speaks to the bond that we had and we still have. I was 2½. And I had to speak to my mother to figure out where I was geographically in the world when I had this memory. We lived in Boston at the time. And I don't remember Boston. And I don't remember the house we lived in, and I don't remember our younger sister's arrival into our lives. All I remember from that very early time in my life is this. I was standing outside with Omar. I was standing in snow. And you know how when you first step onto the snow, your foot sort of sinks in a little bit? I was sure in my 2½-year-old mind that if I stepped into the snow and I let my foot sink down, I'd just keep going. And the whiteness would swallow me whole. And I was 2½. I didn't have the words to completely explain this to my brother. I didn't have vocabulary. But he knew I was scared. He knew I didn't want to walk. And I remember this. My older brother, who was 6½ at the time, he carried me on his back so I wouldn't have to touch the snow. And I remember him saying, "Don't be afraid." So he stepped in and he carried me, and he did this because he was the older brother, and I was the younger sister, and I needed it. And it sort of set the tone for our lives. Even if we were fighting about something, as siblings do. He was my rock, and I knew I could call him, and he would step in and he would carry me. And in turn, as we grew to be adults, I tried to step in and carry him when I could. And that was our relationship until Tuesday, when he was taken from me and he was taken from us all. But I know, as Jan said, and the Imam said, and the Father has said, he is in a better place. And God will carry him now. Thank you for coming.
One additional thought that I wanted to share with you was, in our culture, in our system, whenever somebody passes, people have their scorecard with 3 or 4 things on it. Did he get married? Check. Are the people, his children all grown up on their feet? Check. And did he live a good life? Check. And we're done. When you look at Omar, this scorecard is not even the beginning. He had time for each and every person around him and beyond. He did more things to help individuals and inspire individuals. I'm 60. I don't think I have done 10% of that. One other thing that I want to share, it's kind of religious with you. We have 2 obligations as Muslims. One is towards other human beings, hukukul ibad, and one is towards God. Now the second part, our obligation toward God. God is merciful. And He can and He will forgive. So in other words, we are not too worried about it. But the first part, which is our obligation toward other human beings, if we do not set them right, and if those people we don't settle our account with, and we die, Even God cannot intervene in that. And I tell you that on this category, I'm confident and satisfied and pleased today that his scorecard is 100%. And may God bless him. And I hope and I pray that this community, all his friends and everybody, will generate a lot more leaders who will come up and who will serve this community and this great nation. May Allah bless him. Thank you.